sanay ka naman sa bashers, no? That's not new to you, no? But I think you got the most bashing from the recent Bongbong Marcos interview. Anong naging mo dito? I mean, nakita ko yung mga comment mo, yung mga sinagot mo about it. Very smart, very witty, the way you answered them. But anong epekto nito sa'yo as a broadcaster?
Well, every time I have a potentially controversial interview, first of all, you already know that you can't please everyone. And automatic na sa akin that I segregate the trolls who have nothing constructive to say, and many of the troll bashing. And when I say troll, it's very easy to identify them because they have 0 posts, 0 followers, and nothing really good to say or doesn't even make sense. So, yung mga ganon, hindi ko na pinapansin, dinidelete ko na lang, tsaka binablock. That's the best way to handle trolls, no? But if I may argue that, I think most of the bashing was really on BBM rather than on myself. I have a digital team, a very small digital team, and pinapa-assess ko naman yan, merong analytics yan, and so far, actually so good. Parang ako nanganak because natapos ko silang 5, and honestly, I wasn't so sure that the BBM camp would say yes to me because of who I'm married to. Although Mar has been semi-retired from politics, has been invisible, and although he did sign up with Lenny, ako kasi, Nestor, magbebenta ako ng beauty cream, magbebenta ako ng King's Herbal, ng shampoo, but when it comes to politics, I try to maintain my objectivity, and I am consistent with that. I think, or I'd like to think, that came into the decision of the PBM camp to immediately say yes to our invitation. Especially when I found out that he declined some invitations, I wasn't sure if I could make it. In fact, naghanda na kami ng BBM story in case he declines.
Yeah.
But they were very friendly to us, and even during the interview, he was very friendly. All of them actually were very friendly to me, very open, and I think the interview went quite well. Contrary to some na nagpipilit na I was handling him with kids' gloves, on the contrary, and this is evident, I shot the most painful and hard questions on Bongbong. And I was pleasantly surprised that he was game in answering all of them, each and every one of them. So I think the bashing really and the controversy was really more like nagkataong nagkasabay sa KBP forum.
Yes.
Na hindi ko alam na merong forum na ganon, no? I gave the BBM camp a choice of dates, and they were the ones who chose that date and that time. So, wala akong guilt dyan. And I think because we made it very clear in all our posts and announcements that, ito mga itatanong ko ha, at ito ha, to be clear, sila ang pumili ng petsa at oras, parang nawala naman yung negativity on me and on the show.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. One last point. Sige. Okay. Yung Villar group is launching or preparing new programs to use the frequencies once assigned to ABS-CBN. In case they make an offer for you to host a program there, will you be willing to move to the Villar, whatever agent company they will set up to use those frequencies?
Well, I'm a free agent. All my doors are open. I don't believe in burning bridges. Benitez. I have a very good relationship still with the Lopez and the management of ABS-CBN. My show actually is simulcast over multiple platforms on both TV5 and A to Z, Kapamilya Channel, DFC, One Signal PH. And I'm very happy about that. And I owe that to Bright Light, which is headed by Albi Benitez.
Yeah.
I owe Albi Benitez a lot because nung nagsarado ang ABS-CBN, hindi ako naghintay ng matagal. Nagkatrabaho na ulit ang team ko at ako mismo. Minda, he trusted me. They don't meddle in anything of my content. They trust me. I deliver. They're happy with our output. And I renewed for a year. Now, but having said that, it doesn't mean that I can't come out anywhere else because I'm not organic to TV5, although I love MVP. He's been very kind to me and they've given us a very good time slot, but I'm really more contracted with an independent content provider and block timer. So if there's an offer, why not? I'd love to be working again with the people who I came to know as my family as I was growing up in the industry. So why not? The landscape of media now has changed so abruptly, changed so fast. Yung totoo ngayon, bukas hindi na totoo. Hindi ba? Kausap mo ngayon, iba na kausap mo bukas. So it's a little stressful, at the same time exciting. So yeah, it's an exciting time for media and especially for the creative people who have good ideas. There's so many platforms to air their products. Hindi tulad dati iilan lang players. Ngayon, marami ka ng streaming, marami ka ng mga online, may mga network ka na. So it's a very exciting and very exhausting time for the creative people. Yes.
Thank you, Korina.
Thanks that I knew what was going to happen. And luckily, at that time, matanda na ako, Tessa. It's like, at that time, I had already lived the lives of 6-7 people put together. I've been everywhere. I've talked to everyone. I've done everything in broadcast and in my career. I happen to believe that the algorithm of human nature is that after doing the same thing for 20 years, you're ready for a change. And at that time, I thought that the change would be that I would have the opportunity to help more people as much as I could because helping people is really in my DNA. I think mamamatay ako pag hindi na ako pwedeng tumulong sa tao. That's why I continue to work. Wala akong ipon. Lahat ng ipon ko napupunta sa mga may sakit, papaaral, mga kapatid ko, mga asong sinasalpa ko sa kalye. And living my best life, you know? So yes, I was ready for a change then. It was difficult. Balancing being a journalist and at the same time being married to a politician. Luckily, malaki at malalim na yung ambag ko noon bilang Korina Sanchez as a journalist so that the Lopezes trusted me enough so that even if my husband was an active member of the cabinet and a senator, I was still on TV Patrol. And I was still doing commentary. I made mistakes. I paid for those mistakes kasi sometimes nadadala ka ng emosyon mo, di ba? But I learned from those mistakes and ever since and up to now, I have tried to be untransparent about my beliefs, my opinions about politicians. Because also, in the 30-something years that I've been interviewing all of these guys, naging kaibigan ko na rin silang lahat eh. So, kumbaga, alam ko lahat sila tao, lahat sila kaibigan, lahat sila politiko. It's a game. So, to compare, I have no regrets. And when we didn't make it, I made it very clear to my family that I was going to continue and I still had something in me to contribute and I was going to be a working mom because I want Villar to see that you should be a working woman and you have to have a contribution to make, especially if you have the brains to do it. right? And I want Pepe to marry a working woman as well. I don't want him to marry a woman who is dependent on him, nakasaksak sa kilikili niya maghapon. Ayoko ng ganon. I think women should be counted, and even in our family code, the law states that the woman is just as responsible for the contribution to the family as the man. So I enjoyed that time. I enjoyed the time when I was just the politician's wife. I am enjoying my independence right now and balancing that with being or trying to be the perfect mom who's there half the time.